Greetings, visitors! Today is a special day because I have the garlic we crush. With Anto and with Bas. They have amazing live performance. Nobody can stay still when they are playing. And they have very good music. So I'm so happy to have you here. How do you feel?
Good, it's 10:30 a.m., the most heavy metal time of the day. So we're a bit tired. But we're good. Thanks for having us.
I'm really sorry for this time. I know it's not rock enough.
Don't speak fast answers.
So first of all, I'm really curious. I would like to know about your name. Why is your name The Garlic We Crush?
So basically, back when we were starting the band, we were very few people. We were actually just 4 people, and we were supposed to make an acoustic video with friends, and they told us that we need a band name for the video because we did not have a band name. So Carl, our guitar player, and me were discussing over the phone, and we had a lot of ideas, and we came with the brainstorm to the point that we said it has to do something with food. And we decided for garlic. It's one of our favorite ingredients, and well, garlic also stands a bit for, at least in Western Europe and the USA, for not being civilized and not sticking to the rules, because you're supposed not to eat garlic during the week before you work or get out with people. Like everybody knows, Victoria Beckham famously went to Spain and complained that the entire country smells like garlic.
Oh my god! You're right.
So it's a bit of, it has developed a bit into an anti-snob sentiment of just not giving a fuck. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, no problem. I will make a beep.
Ah, cool. Subscribe!
So the album of The Garlic We Crush has a lot of different styles. You have, for example, one of my favorites. This is The Crew. This is explosive. This is crazy. I can't imagine life. But you have also like I Smile. Both of you sing this song. Is what a coincidence. And this is like to be in the Nirvana. So please tell me, which influence do you have? Because you have everything possible, and if you can describe yourself with a word.
Alright, yeah, that's always a tricky question. Well, technically we don't have an album, we just have a few songs that we've recorded, I think 15. The mix of styles, well, when we started the band, we actually decided that the rule number 1 is that we just play the music we want to, so every member can bring their influence, and we come from a background of jamming. We met at a jam session. Shout out to Linie 1, best bar in Berlin. And they had a jam session every Sunday where we met. The entire band basically met there, except for the guitar player Carl and me. We're friends since childhood. We're the guys from Berlin. The influence of styles, I mean, of course, definitely rock music. Actually, in the beginning, the focus was a lot on blues and acoustic music. But yeah, we did not want to stick to that, so we were looking for a drummer, for a bass player. With Anto, we finally got the drummer.
And we run and we run and we run until we find a way. All you will be is all you have been. Oh, we don't know what it means. Does not matter what it means. Oh.
Why are the songs so different? I guess because most of the time either we just improvise and it leads to a song, or somebody has an idea for a song and then kind of tries to direct the composition. And we met in this context of being pretty free in the sense of genre, and we really did not want to limit ourselves. To describe the music, we always say when people ask, we just play garlic music. On concerts we've been and everything from jazz, funk, hardcore, party, so it's kind of chaotic. In general, you could say most of the time we're too hardcore for the softies and too soft for the hardcore people. So
You have a lot of influences of the jam sessions. It's normal that you want to, let's try here, let's try here.
I could say like our music is like a kitchen, no, with a lot of ingredients and spices and whatever, you know, that you can always mix and
Yes.
have a nice meal and.
But
it's a
always
nice
garlic.
Comparison, yeah. Always with garlic, yeah.
always give 100%, always put your lifeblood into, like, even if you play in front of 5 people or 500 people, just don't make this about yourself. It's about the music, it's about sharing the music with people and not being like, oh, I'm playing in front of 5 people, now I'm too cool, or I don't look good enough in this video. That's
I have to say, I was in a live performance of them. Oh my god, that was amazing. Thank you for the good times. It was in the middle of the street in a festival in Berlin. The name is Panke.
Cuello de pollo, corazón de jamón, Mariano Rajoy. Necesita sangría y más gasolina. 1 litro, 2 litros por día, amigo Mariano Rajoy.
Now Anto is going to telling us a little bit about her experience in Berlin making performance. Explain me a little bit about how it is to be on the stage, the projects, how it is to have projects, music projects in Berlin.
Wow, Berlin is like so multi-culti, and for me like the best stage is the street, because people choose if they want to hear you or see your performance. But yeah, it's very easy to get a gig in Berlin because there are a lot of bars and places to play music, and there are like so an amount of musicians, so everywhere you find musicians and art people and so, but the problem is in Berlin is to get money when you do concerts. This is the main problem for all the people here. And mostly in these times, no. But the experience to stay in a stage is like so grateful and so like satisfactory. I don't know how to say. Because you then all the work you did in the rehearsal room, composing music, and like it's a big job, you know, like it's needs a lot of your time and effort, and to be on a stage is like all just came back, no? It's like the best feeling.
He wants to make his hand moves.
Ese torito, ay torito guapo.
So, tell me about this wonderful experience in SO36. This is a very important club for the culture, the music culture in the history of Berlin.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, we played at Parcours at the Haifisch stage that was organized by Ludwig from the band Tiefenrausch. And he invited us to Parcours, and we played there, and he told us that they're making a 25-year anniversary for the band Tiefenrausch and Scaro Records at SO36, and invited us to play, so that was a dream come true. I mean, I grew up on that street, I've been on my first concert to Soulfly in SO36, so it was, of course, a big excitement. Y ahora, los tambores.
Your band has a lot of good musicians, each one different, each one from a different city. Can you tell me a little bit about all of them and what they apport to the band?
I'm gonna start with Kalle and me, Carl. He's our guitar player. We're the two guys who decided to start the band. We started playing music together with 16, I think. We were playing in a rehearsal room and getting drunk, as usual, which moved on to playing in the streets and then at some point playing a bit in cafes, but we were just basically freestyling and trying to get some money for more beer. And the next members that joined would be Anto and Daran, and we had Lorenzo, who used to play the bass, but he left to Italy. So, yeah, on bicycle, traveling the world on bicycle. It's a completely own story to look into. Grande Lorenzo, we love you. Have fun. Welcome back to Monteco. Porcadillo! Anto was playing the cajon. And then Daran, he will play guitar in the band if she becomes the drummer. After that, we played for a few years. Finally, now we have another guitar player, Felix, and a brass section, which is Manu on the saxophone and Martin on the trumpet. That is all still pretty young. So Daran brings in a lot of the composition and fine-tuning, and he's been working a lot with the brass section because they just jumped onto the train. Anto has brought a lot of organization. I mean, we're a chaotic bunch, but most of the gigs, most of the stuff with rehearsal and this kind of stuff, Anto has taken care of until now. I'm the guy who calls everybody and wakes them up with the phone. Felix is doing all the stuff for editing videos, filming. He's a cameraman and he's doing a lot of stuff at the moment. He's also composing a lot at home. Carl is our driver and also our comedian.
Now we have like difficult times, as all of you know, for making live performance and events. But anyway, I would like to ask you, are you organizing something inside? And do you have projects in the future?
At the moment, yeah, our rehearsal room was closed because of Corona. We have some risk people in the house, so we couldn't go to rehearse, to be honest. But we always wanted to rehearse a little bit more in the parks, you know, like in the open spaces. But yeah, sometimes I also got another room to rehearse to don't lose our level or our training. No, at the moment I think it's good to produce or to create more, no? Like all the artists are doing now, and we are also working in some EP recordings and so on. But yeah, I think in the next week or in the next weeks we will continue rehearsing.
Ah, cool, finally. I'm happy for you.
We really want to play, we really want to go on again.
Yeah, I would say that's a flip side in Berlin. It's hard sometimes to get paid for concerts. But at the same time, there's a lot of, we recorded in the end of last year with a friend, and he did not ask for any money. So sometimes,
when you don't pay, you can ask nothing.
Yeah, but you it's not that you give and give and give and you don't receive in return.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting also to mention that we come from the underground scene, we were playing in many house projects for every time Sunday party, and this is also a topic, very big topic, because the left scene in the Berlin and the underground scene, the anti-fascist scene, is really oppressed by the government, and every time it's more close and close and close and close, and it's really shitty, and yeah, because they are closing house like Syndicate, bars like Muay Thai, Livic 34,
Hot
you know,
Sun,
like houses like that have so much power inside and so much projects that is really sad for the scene, you know. And we are this kind of band who like help in every Soli party and are really also active in the scene and yeah, but the scene is like going down slowly, but going down, and like we as band like also see this kind of problem. So and more in these times that there is corona, so it's all come together. So for me like this like a kind of a strategy from the top, you know. And I don't know, we have to somehow to resist, and we are this kind of band who like want to resist but also want to go like to the next level, you know, like with the message and with the spirit.
Well, so thanks a lot for being here for La Visitante de la Música and Sevilla Metal. It was a pleasure. Now you're going to be more famous in Spain.
Invite us to Sevilla to play.
Yes.
We will be super grateful if we can go somewhere else to play.
Rap apart. Wanna zen out on coffee and weed, but I'm feeling so listless. Listening to beats say 5 hours straight. The personas debate plate dishes so delicious, so it doesn't feel empty. Some say someday comes the big pay. Play by the rules within, try to stay safe. Wait, pray, propagate, but I'm chasing the daymers that lead to an early grave. Fake and happiness ain't away from me, so I make enemies with my honesty. Honestly, some not so fond of me because they show ugliness they don't wanna see. Alright, don't show a saying, get no bond with me, but if I call you a friend, you a part of me. Parts of me saw hell while others fall. Some forged away while others hit walls, balls deep in the murk of a first with depression. I'm a merc with a mouse and a bit of a confession. Every word on a session gets me closer to the edge. Stakes stay high. Chilling with the crew till we all pass out. We're all gonna die someday, so let's use our time.
¡Damn! ¡Pató tu cara!